Speaking section. The speaking section tests your ability to communicate in English in an academic setting. During the test, you will be presented with 4 speaking questions. The questions ask for a response to a single question, a talk, or a lecture. The prompts and questions are presented on time. You may take notes as you listen, but notes are not graded. You may use your notes to answer the questions. Some of the questions ask for a response to a reading passage and a talk or a lecture. The reading passages and the questions are written, but the directions will be spoken. Your speaking will be evaluated on both the fluency of the language and the accuracy of the content. You will have 15 to 20 seconds to prepare and 45 to 60 seconds to respond to each question. Typically, a good response will require all of the response time and the answer will be complete by the end of the response time. You have about 17 minutes to complete the speaking section. A clock on the screen will show you how much time you have to prepare each of your answers and how much time you have to record each response.
You will now be asked a question about a familiar topic. After you hear the question, you will have 15 seconds to plan your response and 45 seconds to speak.
Do you agree or disagree with parents paying their school-aged children for each high grade they receive in school?
You will now read a short passage and then listen to a conversation on the same topic. You will then be asked a question about the passages. After you hear the question, you will have 30 seconds to prepare your response and 60 seconds to speak. You have 45 seconds to read the passage below.
Listen to 2 students discussing this article.
Wow, a lounge specifically for commuter students? That's a great idea. I always feel a little out of place hanging out in the dorms between classes.
Absolutely. It can be tough to feel connected to campus life when you don't live here. A dedicated space for commuters would be awesome.
Yeah, a place to relax, grab a snack, or even study with classmates between classes would be a huge improvement. Right now, I usually just wander around or sit in the library, which can get crowded.
Exactly. Having a designated lounge could create a real sense of community for commuter students. There might even be opportunities to organize events or study groups specifically for commuters. I know my friend at another university uses their commuter lounge all the time. It's become a real hub for them.
A hub sounds perfect. Having a central location to meet up with other commuters between classes or activities would be fantastic. It could make a big difference in feeling like a part of the university community.
I completely agree. This lounge has the potential to be a game changer for commuter students at our university. It shows that the university is finally recognizing our needs and creating a space where we can feel welcome and supported.
The woman expresses her opinion about the proposal described in the letter. Briefly summarize the proposal. Then state her opinion about the proposal and explain the reasons she gives for holding that opinion.
You will now read a short passage and then listen to a lecture on the same topic. You will then be asked a question about the passage. After you hear the question, you have 30 seconds to prepare your response and 60 seconds to speak. You have 45 seconds to read the passage below. You may begin reading now.
Now listen to part of a lecture in an animal behavior class. Today, we will explore the concept of agonistic behavior and how animals engage in conflict resolution within their societies. One example of agonistic behavior can be seen in the interactions between wolves. When two wolves encounter each other, they may engage in aggressive displays such as growling, baring teeth, and posturing. These behaviors serve as visual and auditory signals, communicating the intention to assert dominance or submission. By engaging in these agonistic displays, wolves establish a social hierarchy within their pack, reducing the need for physical fights and promoting cooperation among pack members. Another example of agonistic behavior is observed in honeybees during resource competition. Honeybees engage in aggressive interactions when defending nectar-rich flowers. They may engage in aerial fights, attempting to push rival bees away or even sting them. Through these agonistic behaviors, honeybees establish dominance over the resources, ensuring the survival and productivity of their hive.
Explain how the example from the professor's lecture illustrates the concept of agonistic behavior.
You will now listen to part of a lecture. You will then be asked a question about it. After you hear the question, you will have 20 seconds to prepare your response and 60 seconds to speak.
Listen to part of a lecture in a sales and marketing class.
Today, we will discuss the strategies that salespeople employ to address customer concerns effectively. When customers express concerns or objections, salespeople must respond in a way that builds trust, addresses their needs, and overcomes any potential barriers to the sale. Two common strategies utilized in this process are active listening and providing solutions. Active listening involves attentively and empathetically understanding the customer's concerns. Salespeople must actively engage in the conversation, asking open-ended questions, and demonstrating genuine interest in the customer's perspective. By actively listening, salespeople can identify the underlying needs and motivations of the customer, enabling them to tailor their responses and solutions accordingly. Another strategy is providing solutions that directly address the customer's concerns. This involves offering specific product features or benefits that alleviate their worries or objections. Salespeople should highlight how the product or service resolves the customer's pain points, meets their requirements, or provides added value. By presenting suitable solutions, salespeople can instill confidence and demonstrate that they genuinely understand and care about the customer's concerns.
Using the examples from the lecture, explain 2 ways that salespeople address customer concerns.